I told you there was a protein bar that you can make easily at home that's so nutritious it helps sustain people over hundreds and hundreds of mile journeys? It contains all your essential amino acids, vitamin E, some vitamin D, vitamin C, and all your B vitamins. What if I told you it was so shelf stable it can last for up to 50 years in the right condition? It's almost a perfect ratio of fat to protein to carbohydrates. Today on Southern Keto, I'm going to show you one of the most delicious and nutritious snacks or meals you can possibly make in your own kitchen. It's fast, it's easy, and it only has 3 ingredients, or 4 if you want to make it just a little bit fancier like I do. If this sounds like something right up your alley, stick around. So what we're actually making today is called Pemmican. Now, if you're not familiar with what Pemmican is, as I wasn't, it's a Native American food traditionally made from bison or buffalo. Then once the fur traders came around, they used different types of meat, moose, elk, and other things to make it. Now, if you got a buffalo or a moose just sitting around waiting to be used, by all means use that. But for me, I'm gonna use stuff you can easily get in the grocery store or make yourself at home. So here we go. Now I'm just gonna use my food processor for this recipe. So this is super simple. The first ingredient that I'm going to use is some beef jerky. I made my own beef jerky. It's super easy to do. I'll put a link to that video right up there and down in the description. I used my Tyfer air fryer for it in that video, but you can do it in your dehydrator too, just like I did. So I'll just bring my trays over, and this is a pound of jerky. So I started with about 4 pounds of meat, maybe 4.5 pounds. That's going to leave me with about a pound of the finished jerky. Now, if you don't want to make your own jerky, you totally don't have to. But what you buy in the store most times is pretty flimsy. And if you buy beef jerky at the store, make sure you pay careful attention to the ingredients, because it's really hard to find a clean one, even the 0 sugar versions. I mean, look at some of the ingredients on the back of this. This is not stuff that you want to eat. So by making it yourself, you know exactly what goes in it. It's not that hard to do, and the final result is going to be a whole lot better anyway. And you'll want to dehydrate it even more to make sure it's nice and dried out. You want it to snap like that and not be flimsy. The drier this is, the more shelf stable it's going to be, and the longer it'll last if that's something that you want. If you use only the 3 ingredients I'm going to use to start with, and you vacuum seal it, it can stay good up to 50 years, which is crazy. Now, if long shelf life is not important to you, you don't have to dry it out as much, but you want to get as much moisture out of it as possible anyway, because it's going to absorb some of our next ingredient. But I'm just going to take all this, put it right in the food processor, and I'll be right back when I'm done. Another reason I wanted to show you how to make these, this is a super affordable way to get some of these. They've introduced these bars and other things that have come out now. And I'm telling you, at almost $20 for a bar, I'm like, y'all be laid back. With my mind on my money and my money on my mind and y'all, I want to show you how to make a cheaper version. So now what you want to do is put the lid on this. We're just going to pulse this till we get a powder. I just realized when I started filming this, you ain't going to be able to see anything that I'm doing next. So I switched everything over to my Ninja. Now don't make fun of my Ninja, it's ugly, but this thing's been working for like 20 years, so I'm going to keep going with it. Now this right here is what you're looking for when it's done. Just get it into as small of chunks as possible. A lot of it should be dust. It's okay if you leave a few little chunks in there like that, but you can go down completely fine if you want. The next ingredient I'm going in with is 1/2 cup, and these are freeze-dried blueberries. And you can also find regular dried berries in your grocery store's bulk section, but be careful with the packaged ones like this. You can see this is sweetened. This is not what you want. You want just the berries. And I actually found these at Target. They're freeze-dried blueberries. And if you look at the ingredients here, the only ingredient is freeze-dried blueberries. I'm going to mix this up, powder this all together, and I'll show you what to add next. This is beef tallow. I made this myself. I'll put a link right up there and down in the description to show you how to make your own, because it'll save you a ton of money also versus buying the store-bought stuff or the stuff you have to order online. But this is what's going to bind it all together, and these are the only 3 ingredients you need. I'm going to show you my secret ingredient in a few minutes just to make it a little bit better. But it also affects the shelf life a little bit, so if shelf life's important to you, you can stop with just this ingredient. I'm going to take a cup of this and melt it. I'll be right back to show you what to do next. I've got my beef tallow melted down. I'm just going to put this on a real low setting and just pour this in a little bit at a time till we kind of develop a paste in here. You'll need somewhere between 3/4 to a cup of this beef tallow. So just pour it in until it comes together like a paste. I'll show you what it looks like. So you want it to just come together like this, but not to be too oily. That's about perfect, but I'm going to blend it up one more time after I add in my secret ingredient. Now the secret ingredient I'm going to add is some of this RX sugar maple syrup. So there's no sugar, no net carbs, no glycemic index. This is made with allulose, so super clean, but you definitely don't want to put too much of this in if you want to save this long term. This is not going to last us that long. And I'm only going to put maybe a tablespoon in there, just for a little extra sweetness, because you know I like the sweetness. I'll give this a quick mix together and I'll show you what to do next. So that's all done mixing. I've got my 8x8 silicone dish that I've used in a bunch of other videos, so you may have one laying around. If not, I'll put the link to this down in the description. It's easy. I use silicone for just about everything these days. So just take this out and dump it right in. I mean, I can smell that little bit of maple already, but it's totally optional. If you want to keep these for like 50 years or something, definitely don't put that in there. The lower the moisture, the better at that point. You may even want to add a little bit less tallow to it. Now just press that down inside there really, really well. I'm going to put this in the fridge until it's all set up, and I'll show you what it looks like when it is. So it's been a couple hours and this is what we've got. Just pull this piece right out like that. And I'm going to cut it up. You can cut this into bars. You could even put it into little muffin tins if you wanted to. But that is a nutritious, delicious treat. And it's a nice little workout for your chompers. Now, if you want to see how to make the tallow to make this pemmican, make sure you check out this video right here.